So, so that is what molecule. So molecule is a combination of atoms. So now when we go detail, now one part is atom. Now when we go detail into structure of atom, so we will find atomic orbitals. So atom consists of atomic orbitals. And when we produce any molecule, say for example, when we are going to produce water molecule from oxygen atom and two hydrogen atom. So actually what is happening is atomic orbitals of hydrogen atoms and oxygen atoms, they overlap basically, and we get water molecule. Okay, so in short, you should understand what are the atomic orbitals. Now, I will give you little idea about the orbital. Orbital is a space in a atom where there is a maximum probability of finding electron. कळलं ऑर्बिटर म्हणजे काय इथे इलेक्ट्रॉन असण्याची जास्तीत जास्त शक्यता आहे maximum probability of having electron, that is called as an orbital. Okay, so you have studied s p d f orbital, you know that their shapes also, how to write electronic configuration, and then we will go to the molecular orbital theory, which successfully explains how molecules are being produced. ओके, हे मॉलिक्यूल कसा बनतो ओव्हरलॅपिंग ऑफ ॲटॉमिक ऑर्बिटल्सने, ते मॉलिक्युलर ऑर्बिटल थेअरीने सांगितले. सो दिस इज व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट थेअरी, यू शुड अंडरस्टँड. Then we will understand what is bonding and anti-bonding orbitals. Right? This is part of MOT only, molecular orbital theory. Then you have to learn and you have to draw molecular orbital diagrams for homonuclear and heteronuclear diatomic molecules. And university has specified Be2 means beryllium, oxygen. These are homonuclear. Homonuclear means what? Having one and same type of atoms in the molecule. इकडे दोन्ही बेरिलियमच आहे. Okay, इकडे दोन्ही ऑक्सिजन आहे. So these are homonuclear uh, homonuclear systems or molecules. Now heteronuclear. Hetero means what? Different. Different nuclei means different atoms. So C and O is a CU. So here we have carbon and oxygen, so two different nuclei or atoms. So that is what they are heteronuclear. NO. Okay. So there are four molecules specified by the university. You have to learn molecular orbital diagram for these four molecules, and you should be able to calculate their bond order, and you need to predict magnetic property. That's also very economical module and very easy also. Okay, so usually this diagram is asked for 6 marks, and diagrams are very easy. Okay, we will see in detail that time. So that is module number 1. Then module number 2 is aromatic systems and their molecular structure. So this is again one more important category you have studied in 12th or 11th standard, aromatic system. So the first member is benzene, right? And benzene is aromatic. This is not aliphatic. Okay, you understand what is aliphatic and aromatic. Aliphatic means straight chain hydrocarbons, say alkane. Okay, methane, ethane, propane, butane, hexane. Hexane is or aliphatic, 6 carbon atom. But benzene also has 6 carbon atom, but it is not aliphatic. It is a ring compound, but which is not just ordinary ring compound. It is aromatic compound. It has some special properties. So what are those special properties of such system, aromatic system? Their molecular structure, that we will study in detail. So definition of aromaticity. Why benzene is aromatic and why not cyclohexane? Because cyclohexane is also has 6 carbon atoms and ring structure. Benzene also has 6 carbon atoms and ring structure. Why benzene is aromatic and cyclohexane is not? That is explained by Hakel's rule. That we will study in detail. Then we will study structures of few other molecules with respect to this aromaticity. Okay, structure and bonding of benzene. जसं तुम्हाला आता म्हणालो benzene. So benzene is there, and pyrrole. This is again something different which we have not studied. Okay, that is what the second module, aromatic systems and their molecular structure. Then third module is intermolecular forces and critical phenomena. Okay, this is something to understand the interaction between the molecules in any compound, any chemical, how molecules are interacting. What is hydrogen bonding? What is ionic or dipolar interaction? What is van der Waal interaction? तुम्ही ऐकलंच ना काही शब्द यातले. So we will study that in detail. And we will also study equations of state for real gases and some critical phenomena. Okay, that is module number 3. Then module number 4 is again comparatively bigger module. Phase rule, and in that we will specifically study Gibbs phase rule. You might have heard about this Gibbs phase rule. Okay, so we will first see that statement of the Gibbs phase rule, F is equal to C minus P plus 2, the meaning of that phase rule. Okay, that is what here statement of Gibbs phase rule. F is equal to C minus P plus 2. Its significance. Then terms involved with examples. Various terms involved in the formula. F is equal to C minus P plus 2. So we will try to understand what is F, what is C, what is P with respect to simple examples. That is what the first question itself. Define Gibbs phase rule, describe the various terms involved in it. This is a favorite question of examiner, university examiner. Okay, so we will study that first, and then we will apply this phase rule for practical cases. And first practical case is one component system, and that is water system. Okay, so we will see how to draw phase diagram. And the new term will come, phase diagram, temperature versus pressure diagram. Okay, and how it behaves, how water behaves under various temperatures and pressure conditions. That we will study in detail. That is again one straightforward question. Describe with the help of neat labeled phase diagram one component system. Or they may ask, describe water system, okay, with the help of Gibbs phase rule. Okay, so that is one component system. Then we will move to second system, that is two component system. Okay, two component system. And when we apply this Gibbs phase rule to two component system, we call it as a reduced phase rule. So we will try to understand what is reduced phase rule. Okay, it's the same rule actually, Gibbs phase rule, but whenever we apply this Gibbs phase rule to two component system. Now what is two component system? So in engineering point of view, the important example is steel. Steel is a basic engineering material. If there is no steel, there is no engineering, right? So what is steel? So it is an alloy of iron and carbon. Barabar, you must have heard about this. When we add carbon atoms into lattice of iron, आयनच्या लॅटिस मध्ये आपण कार्बनचे ॲटम टाकतो बघा. हे थोडं डिटेल मध्ये बोलतोय मी. यू मस्ट हॅव स्टडीड क्रिस्टल स्ट्रक्चर. दिस इज नॉट अ सिंपल मिक्सचर. स्टील इज नॉट अ सिंपल मिक्सचर. It is a homogeneous mixture. Homogeneous means what? At crystal lattice level. तू शिकला असाल ना FCC structure, BCC structure, HCP structure. These are the structures of crystalline material. So iron is a crystalline having FCC structure or sometimes BCC structure. So when we add carbon atoms into lattice structure of iron, we get steel. So steel is what? Not ordinary mixture of carbon and iron. It is alloy. And alloy is what? Homogeneous mixture. Mixing at atomic level. Mixing at lattice level. So you have to study simple system and not a complicated system, Pb and Ag. Lead silver system. You will find there two components, lead and silver. Okay, so previously we have water system. Water is what? Only one component, means one component system. But here we have two different components, lead and silver. Okay, steel is actually a good example, but that is not included in syllabus now. That is included for the second year syllabus. Okay, there you have to study in detail what is the phase diagram of steel system, the important part of a steel industry also. Okay, so we will see what is reduced phase rule with respect to two component system. We will draw phase diagram for this system, and that is again your third question. Describe lead silver system with the help of reduced phase rule. So you need to draw phase diagram and you have to explain same diagram only. It's a very easy question. We will see in detail that time. Okay. Now after studying one component system, two component system, application of this phase rule, we will turn to its advantages and limitations. Okay. And then we will solve numerical problems on phase rule also. So very simple problems. Those problems we will see while drawing this diagram itself. Okay, numerical problem. It's a very easy part. So this module is again very simple and all notes are ready with me. I will just follow all PPTs and notes to you. You just stick to those notes. Don't purchase any book at present. Okay, if you need any book or anything else, you first talk to me. Okay, so this is about module number 4, phase rule, Gibbs phase rule. If you have any doubt about anything till now, you just unmute and ask. Okay, if there is no doubt, then we will proceed further. Okay, you can stop me at any point of time, unmute and stop. I will answer your question regarding this subject or any other subject or any other thing. Okay. Now coming to the module number 5th, that is what polymers, and we will start with this module only. This is again one of the biggest module of the syllabus which can give you more marks. Okay, so what to talk about polymers? Polymers, this is what a basic engineering material, and you know our daily life is almost, I mean, running with this or that polymer. Maybe plastic, maybe rubber, so and so forth. Without polymers, we cannot imagine our life. You know that. Okay. So here we will study this material in detail. So under introduction part, I think we have studied a lot about this, prerequisite of this module. Prerequisite in the sense various types of basic monomers, hydrocarbons, okay, various types of polymerization that we have studied before in provisional classes, right? So I will repeat everything, you don't worry about it. Okay, so first we will see what is this material, means definition part. What's the specialty of this material? What is polymer and what are other ordinary materials? So polymers, if you know or if you have studied before, so basic definition of polymer is what? High molecular weight compound. Their molecular weight is tremendously high. It's not ordinary molecule like methane, ethane, propane. Okay, their molecular weight is very easy to calculate. Just add atomic weights of the atoms, you get molecular weight. But here it is not the case because polymers, they are long chain compound. If you take example of polyethylene, so in any polyethylene article, you will get several thousands of polyethylene linkages or chains with different length. Okay, so we cannot calculate molecular weight of polymer easily. Okay, so therefore we consider average atomic weight, sorry, and average molecular weight. For polymers, we consider average molecular weight and not molecular weight. Okay, so those terms we will study. What is polymer? Is a simple, this is high molecular weight compound produced from monomer, simple molecule. Okay, by polymerization reaction. We will try to understand what is polymerization. Okay, process of producing polymers. Then we will turn to properties of polymers, and as I mentioned now, molecular weight is very important property of polymer. Okay, by which we can differentiate polymers from other ordinary compounds. Then we will study what is number average and weight average molecular weight. Okay, then numerical problems on molecular weight. How to calculate molecular weight of polymers with the help of given data, that we will study. Then next property is glass transition temperatures, which again important property of a plastic or rubber. While giving shape, while fabricating them, while making any article out of these polymers, we must know their glass transition temperature. Okay, so that actually related with effect of heat on polymer. How polymers behave after heating, that is expressed in terms of glass transition temperature, GTP. Okay. Then one more property which is again related with this glass transition temperature, viscoelasticity. So after heating, how polymer behaves, that is what expressed in terms of viscoelasticity also. Okay, पहिलं बघितलं आपण काय, glass transition temperature and second viscoelasticity. These are the properties related with the heating effect on polymer. Okay. Then next property will be fascinating property. You might have heard about this, conducting polymers. This is controversial term actually. Actually polymers are what? Insulator. Okay, ordinary polymers, they are insulator. We cannot conduct or we cannot transfer current through polymers. That is why we use polymers. Means we use wire coating, plastic coating on metal wire. Why? Because it is insulator. Okay, copper inside it is conductor. Okay, so we cannot use only copper wire for conducting current or for any application. We need to coat it with plastic. You know it. Okay, so why it is so? Because plastic is non-conducting of electric current. But few polymers, they are they are conducting. They found conducting electric current. And now actually or practically speaking, these conducting polymers are the building blocks of future electronics. Present electronics is totally based on silicon. You know that. And or any or other semiconductor, but silicon is a major. Okay, the basic electronic material, but it is now exhausted. Semiconductor silicon is exhausted. We cannot make innovations on silicon. So these conducting polymers, these are the candidates. Okay, new materials where we can have experiment and we can have fascinating properties and corresponding applications. Okay, so you people, young generation, you have to think about it. It is your responsibility to identify the various properties of this fascinating material and how to utilize them, being and building blocks of the future electronics. Maybe a nano electronics. How nano electronics existed. Okay, molecular electronics. How single molecule can conduct electric current is very fascinating. So that we will see what is exactly conducting polymer term. Which polymers can conduct, which cannot, why they are conducting, and what's their application. Okay. Then we will turn to the again fundamental term of this module, classification of polymers, and that classification is actually related with the plastic, thermoplastic and thermosetting plastics. Polymers इथे म्हटलंय, but actually they are plastics. Okay, like say polyethylene, polypropylene, they are thermoplastic, but phenol formaldehyde, urea formaldehyde, they are thermosetting. So how they are differentiated? Both are polymers, both are high molecular weight compound, right? Almost most of the properties are matching. So how they are differing? Okay, that we will try to understand. Thermoplastic and thermosetting polymers. Then again, important term is compounding of plastic. Okay, now plastic, as I mentioned, it is actually polymeric compound, but it is not plastic as a whole, right? For example, if we have one plastic article, say plastic bag, plastic bottle, right? Plastic bottle. So that plastic bottle is not just polymer. Okay, so it is a mixture of several other ingredients together, but polymer is a major ingredient, basic ingredient. Okay, basic part or backbone of plastic. Okay, so that bottle is made up of polyethylene as well as other ingredients, and that those other ingredients is actually compounding. We will try to understand what are the other ingredients we add in a polymer so that we get finished product of a plastic or a rubber. Okay, the bottle is what? Finished product of a plastic. But it is not just polyethylene or polypropylene. Okay, it is a mixture of several compounds together. So while giving shape, they are mixed together. So we will try to understand what are these ingredients and why they are added. What are their properties? Okay. Then next part is fabrication of plastic. So again, very important part. So now polymers we know, but just having polymer, it is of no use. But when we fabricate some article out of polymer, it is of use to all of us. That is what engineering. You understand? The polymers are available, but if you make bottle out of polymer, that is what the engineering. Okay. So fabrication means simply giving shape to the plastic. फॅब्रिकेशन म्हणजे काय? शेप द्यायचा त्याला, आपला जो पाहिजे तो. स्विच बोर्ड बनवायचा आहे तुम्हाला, आता हे तुमच्या पीसीचं मोबाईलचं कॅबिनेट आहे, पीसीचं कॅबिनेट आहे. ओके, सो हाऊ टू गिव्ह दिस शेप, that is what fabrication of plastics, and various methods are being used in industry, and those methods include compression molding, injection molding, transfer, and extrusion molding. These four methods are being used in plastic industry to prepare several articles out of plastic, and that process as whole is called as fabrication, or molding means simply giving shape to the plastic. Okay, now there are different types of plastic as mentioned here in this point: thermoplastic and thermosetting. Okay, so one method is not applicable, one fabrication method is not applicable for all plastics. You understand? That is what there are four methods of fabrication. एकच मेथड तुम्ही घेतलात कंप्रेशन मोल्डिंग आणि ती सगळ्या पॉलिमरना अप्लाय केली तर होणार नाही. इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल ऍक्च्युअली. You understand? Because polymers are different and shapes are different. So fabrication methods are different. So we will study those fabrication methods in detail with the help of Neat label diagram and working. And finally, the most important and most likely question is preparation properties and uses of PMMA and Kevlar. So these are two important plastics actually. Understand? Polymethyl methacrylate. This is transparent plastic. So what we call acrylic. We use acrylic sheets or acrylic products. Okay. So that is actually polymethyl methacrylate. And then second one is Kevlar. Kevlar is again one more fascinating polymer. Okay. Its strength is higher than even steel. You just imagine polymer and its strength is stronger than steel. Strength is higher than steel. Okay, so we will see that structure of Kevlar and its property. Okay, so this is about the module number 5, polymers. So as I mentioned before, it is again biggest module of the syllabus. Okay, maybe its weightage maybe 20, in between 20 to 25. Okay. Then last module, module number 6 is water. Now you may say water, we know water from our childhood. Okay. So what is important over here? Yeah, that is what I mean, most likely question from you. Okay. But really it is very, very important engineering material. Okay. So till today, you know water is useful, not just useful. It is essential. I would say it is the most essential substance for all living being. I think all of you are agree with this. Without water, we cannot survive.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yes.
your screen is not visible. It's also showing that your started screen sharing.
Uh, it, it is not visible, but it is showing it is visible.
But sir,
कधीपासून
here,
visible? आतापासूनच की अगोदरपासून visible नाही आहे.
sir, 5 मिनिटं झाले.
ओके, मग पॉलिमर्स आता मी बोललो त्याचं ते विजिबल नव्हतं का?
तेव्हा होतं, आता थोड्या वेळापूर्वी.
ओके ओके. मी परत एकदा स्टॉप करतो.
सर स्क्रीन विजिबल
आहे ना?
हो.
मग त्याचा तुझा पण लॅपटॉप मोबाईलचा प्रॉब्लेम असेल स्पेसिफिकली.
सर मग इकडे मला हॅज स्टार्टेड स्क्रीन शेअरिंग असं दाखवत आहे.
स्टार्टेड स्क्रीन शेअरिंग म्हणून दाखवत आहे.
हो.
नाही, बट इट इज स्क्रीन शेअर इज गोइंग ऑन. कसं माहितीये, इथे मला पॉज येतं जर मगाशी पॉज आलं होतं, मगाशी तुम्ही सांगितलं ना स्क्रीन दिसत नाही काही पॉज होतं, पण आता कसं वाटतं मेसेज आहे यू आर
हॅलो,
स्क्रीन शेअरिंग.
रिजॉईन कर, रिजॉईन.
ओके सर ठीक आहे.
Okay. Okay. So, so as what I was saying was the water is the most essential substance for all of us, right? We cannot imagine even day without water. Okay. But beside this use means what? This potable use for drinking purpose, for survival purpose. Okay. So beside this potable use, water occupies this unique position in industry. Yeah, you can speak. Somebody raise hand. You can unmute and speak. If you have any query. Okay. So what I was saying, water is very essential for living being, and also it is equally important in industry. It occupies this unique position in industry. That is correct statement. I would say water occupies this unique uh, position, right? Unique position. Wait a minute. Let me try to remove this. Okay. Okay. So water occupies this unique position in industry. So what's the use of water in industry? So there are several other uses, general purposes, like a drinking purpose, maybe a washing purpose, maybe a solvent, solvent in chemical reaction, washing up of fabrics. Several industry you take, water is essential. But that is not actual important use of water, which I am trying to refer. I am trying to refer is a something different and something special use of water. Okay, you must be knowing. Can somebody tell me what is the most important use of water being an engineering material? कोणी सांगू शकतं का? तुम्हाला माहिती असेल तर वॉटरचा सगळ्यात महत्त्वाचा उपयोग इंजिनिअरिंग मटेरियल म्हणून ना आपण पोर्टेबल बघितलंय ड्रिंकिंग कुकिंग बाथिंग ऑल ओके नो प्रॉब्लेम
make an electricity.
Correct. So this is what the important use of water. Absolutely correct answer. So using water, we can generate steam. By boiling water, we can generate steam at 100 degrees Celsius approximately. And that steam is being utilized for running turbines. Okay. And when turbines run, electricity is generated. So most important use of water being an engineering material is generation of electricity. Okay. So here in this module, more than 50% part is moving around that property. Generation of steam. How to make water suitable for generation of electricity. Okay. So first we will see impurities in water. Impurities in water means what? With respect to utilization in a steam generation purpose or utilization in a boiler for steam generation purpose or electricity generation consequently. ते पण बघणार आहोत. आपण सगळ्या इम्प्युरिटी बघणार नाहीये ह्या पहिल्या पार्ट मध्ये. कुठल्या इम्प्युरिटी बघणार आहे ज्या स्टीम जनरेशन करण्यासाठी हर्डल आहे प्रॉब्लेम आहे तेवढ्या आपण इम्प्युरिटी बघणार. आणि व्हॉट आर दोज इम्प्युरिटी दॅट इज ऍक्च्युअली रिलेटेड विथ द फर्स्ट ड्रॉबॅक और प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ वॉटर हार्डनेस. Okay, usually you use this term. We use this term in our daily life. Hardness. Water is hard. So we will try to understand what is the meaning of hardness. Why water is hard and not soft. How to make it soft. How to make it suitable for steam generation purpose. That is the next part. Important. Okay. So we will try to understand various impurities which are responsible for hardness. Which are responsible for hardness or which are not allowing direct use of water in industry for steam generation purpose and consequently electricity. Okay, electricity generate करण्यासाठी steam पाहिजे, तर steam generate करण्यासाठी water पाहिजे, तर direct जे आपलं ordinary water आहे ते आपण steam generation साठी वापरू शकत नाहीये. Why? That is because of hardness. Okay, so we will try to understand that term. What is hardness? Then definition of hardness, types of hardness, then units of hardness. Okay, ppm etc. How to measure hardness ते आपण बघणार. Then numerical problems based on this first part. these types: temporary hardness, permanent hardness, total hardness. If analysis of water is available, how to calculate hardness, that we will try to understand. Okay, this is again most likely question in industry. Calculate the temporary, permanent and total hardness of water having following impurities. मग तुम्हाला इम्प्युरिटी दिलेल्या असणार पीपीएम मध्ये, फक्त हार्डनेस काढायची. खूप सोपा क्वेश्चन. ठीक आहे. Then determination of hardness by EDTA method. This is again important part and also most likely question. Okay, numerical problems are mostly asked. That is why stated over here. Okay, determination of hardness of water by EDTA method and numerical problems. Okay, so this is again one fascinating method. Very, short and sweet method. And this method is also included in your practical syllabus. Okay, this is very interesting for you. So you will be conducting you will be doing practicals on that. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so hardness estimation by EDTA method. Ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid is a long form of this material, EDTA method. So we will see a theory part, complete theory part, then derivation for hardness estimation, and then numerical problems, how to calculate hardness if data is available. कळलं तुम्हाला? तर सुरुवातीला काय स्टडी करणार आपण? What is hardness? What are the impurities responsible for hardness? What are the types of hardness? Units of hardness? Then numerical problems on hardness, and then we will go for estimation of hardness directly by EDTA method. आणि लॅबोरेटरी मध्ये आपण सेम एक्सपेरिमेंट परफॉर्म करणार. तुम्हाला वॉटर सॅम्पल दिली जातील, यू हॅव टू एस्टिमेट हार्डनेस बाय जस्ट टायट्रेशन. This is very fascinating method, and this method is largely used in industry, especially power plant, thermal power plant, where water is used being an material for steam generation and consequently electricity generation. So you must understand what is this method. Okay. Then once we understand what is hardness, how to estimate hardness, we will move to how to solve this problem. Okay, how to solve this problem is what? We want water because we want steam. Why we want steam? Because we want electricity. Okay, this is what sequence. We want electricity to generate electricity. We want steam to generate steam. We want water, and that water should not be hard. That is what the actually correlation. Ordinary water is hard. If you take ordinary water, any water, well water, sea water, it may be river water, okay, rain water, that water is hard. So that water cannot be used in industry directly, especially for steam generation purpose in boiler. Okay, steam generation आपण boiler वापरतो, but this ordinary water is hard, we cannot use it. If we use it, it may lead to explosion of boiler sometimes. Boiler explode होऊ शकतो आपण hard water directly वापरलं तर. So this problem is very serious. Okay, we must use soft water in boiler. So that is how to make it soft. That is what the second part, softening of water. There are various methods, but now only one method is included in syllabus. Remaining, I think there are in all 3 methods, those critical methods are removed from the syllabus. So you are very lucky. You have to just prepare ion exchange method for the removal of hardness, for softening of water. Okay, then numerical problems, how to solve numerical problems on this ion exchange method, ion exchange process. Okay, that is again very simple part. We will see. So this is 50% or say 50-60% part of this module, and that is related with industrial use of water, hardness and related terms. आता उरला जो भाग आहे 30-40% भाग आहे, that is for the general purpose of pollution related or maybe a general purpose potable use of water. Okay, so first term is BOD and COD, biological oxygen demand, chemical oxygen demand. You might have studied in biology. Okay, so these two terms, BOD and COD, these two terms are utilized to understand the extent of water pollution. So nowadays, pollution is a big problem. So water pollution is the biggest problem we are facing. Okay, so how to measure extent of pollution? Here water polluted आहे की नाही? इज इट पोर्टेबल और नॉट आपण पिऊ शकतो की नाही, हाउ टू नो? That is what BOD and COD. Just by performing titrations in the laboratory, we will come to know these two values, BOD, COD value, and we can decide its utility. Okay, portable utility. आपण पिऊ शकतो की नाही. ओके, जी म्युन्सिपालिटी तुम्ही आपण बघता, म्युन्सिपालिटी आपल्याला पाणी प्रोव्हाइड करतात, कणकवलीमध्ये नगरपंचायत करतं, गावामध्ये ग्रामपंचायत करतं. यू अंडरस्टँड? So they measure these values, BOD, COD value, and there are certain standard specified by the government. Okay, so those standards or that quality of water can be determined with the help of these methods. Okay, then significance of these two methods and numerical problems. Okay, then next, that is water purification. Water purification membrane technology. Okay, this is again important part. Membrane technologies are advanced technology which are being used in our house itself. आता आपण जे फिल्टर वापरतो आपल्या घरामध्ये, ओके, आपण म्हणतो बघा आतमध्ये आरओ आहे, यूव्ही आहे. ओके, सो वी विल स्टडी दिस टेक्नॉलॉजीज. These are called as a membrane technologies. Okay, membrane is being used inside and water is purified. It is made suitable for drinking purpose. So what is that membrane technology? How it works on reverse osmosis principle. So we will see first what is osmosis, then what is reverse osmosis. You understand? And that reverse osmosis, how it is used in these membrane filtration technologies. हे आपण घरी वापरतो. नंतर इथे मध्ये इलेक्ट्रोडायलिसिस आहे. What is electrodialysis? Okay, we will study that also. And then ultra filtration. So basically these four methods are membrane filtration technology. They are used for the filtration of water. Okay. So let me check about the second lecture. Okay, there is I think some problem with Omkar Salve sir. Okay, he is presently not available, I think. So let me check that. Otherwise, we will continue for some time. Okay. Let me check. You be there only. Okay. So second lecture will be conducted by Professor Imran, right, for BW. Okay. So let me finish this part and then we will stop. Right. So this is about the syllabus. You see, this is about the syllabus. There are 6 modules we have discussed now. I will give details about everything later on. I think this syllabus is available with you. Okay, if you need it, I will give you soft copy. Then, as I mentioned you, there will be internal assessment test. 2 tests will be conducted, 15 marks each, right? And we will average them. So internal assessment 15 marks. Okay. Then end semester examination will be of 60 marks, as I mentioned before. The question paper weightage of each module will be proportional to number of respective lecture hours as mentioned in the syllabus. So meaning of this is, you just look at this column. So here 5 lectures available, here 5 lectures available. So you decide weightage accordingly. Okay, so if you look at the module number 4, 5 and 6, weightage is 5 each. तिघांचे weightage 5, 5, 5 आहे. But whereas previous 3 modules, weightage is 3, 2 and first module 4. So its weightage म्हणजे ह्याचे मॅक्झिमम मार्क किती असणार पेपर मध्ये, ते कसं ठरवायचं? नंबर ऑफ लेक्चर आवर्स बघून. ज्याचे लेक्चर आवर जास्त त्याचे वेटेज जास्त असणार आहे, त्याचे जास्त क्वेश्चन विचारले जाणार. सो आय वुड से chapter number 4, 5, 6, they are almost 20, 80, 20, 25 marks approximately. Okay, the mark will vary from 20 to 25 marks for these 3 modules. And also this atomic and molecular structure module. Here also weightage is 18 to 20 marks. Otherwise, for aromatic system and this intermolecular forces, that is chapter number 2 and 3, weightage is approximately 12 to 15 marks or less than that, 10 to 12 marks approximately. So that detail I will give you, okay, later on when you come here for offline, all details will be given to you. Don't worry about it. Okay, you just follow the pattern I am following. Notes I have prepared, right? And if you have any query, you just frankly ask me anytime. Okay. So these are the books. Here detail pattern also given. Question paper will comprise of 6 questions, each carrying 15 marks, right? 6 questions, each carrying 15 marks. So 15, 6, 90 marks, right? So actually these are the total marks actually. But actually you have to attend only 60 marks questions. So out of 6 questions, question number 1 is compulsory. Okay? Question number 1 compulsory and it's based on all modules. सगळ्या 6 मॉड्यूलवरती क्वेश्चन असणार. पण त्याच्यामध्ये परत ऑप्शन असतात क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 मध्ये. कळलं? 15 मार्काचा क्वेश्चन असतो तो तुम्हाला 5 सोडवावे लागतात आणि ते 7 तुम्हाला देतात. म्हणजे 2 ऑप्शन तुम्हाला मिळतात त्याच्यामध्ये. कळलं तुम्हाला? That is question number 1, which is compulsory and based on whole syllabus. Now remaining questions will be mixed in nature. फॉर एक्झाम्पल मिक्स असणार आहे. म्हणजे तुम्ही असं म्हणणार नाही की वॉटरवर 3 क्वेश्चन आहे, पॉलिमरती दुसऱ्या याच्यामध्ये पॉलिमर 3 क्वेश्चन आहे, असं होणार नाही. मिक्स असणार आहे. त्यांनी एक्झाम्पल दिलं आहे. इफ क्वेश्चन 2 हॅज पार्ट ए फ्रॉम मॉड्यूल 3, देन पार्ट बी विल बी फ्रॉम अदर दॅन मॉड्यूल 3. म्हणजे मिक्स क्वेश्चन्स असणार. ओके. अँड टोटल 4 क्वेश्चन्स नीड टू बी सोल्व्ड. ओके. टोटल 4 क्वेश्चन म्हणजे 15 गुणिले 4 म्हणून 60 मार्क. आणि हे सगळे रेफरन्सेस आहेत बुकचे. हे बुक सगळे अवेलेबल आपल्याकडे आपल्या लायब्ररीमध्ये अवेलेबल आहे. तुम्ही ते रेफर करा. पण बिकॉज सध्या काहीच घेऊ नका याकडे. उगाच मी पैसे खर्च करू नका. तुम्हाला डिटेलमध्ये मी सांगा. ओके. सो वी विल स्टॉप हिअर. बट बिफोर दॅट आय वॉन्ट टू टेक युअर अटेंडन्स. Let me take your attendance. I have to stop sharing. I am just stopping this presentation and I would like to see all participants and I will save them. If you have any query regarding anything, you just unmute now, or you can ask me, or you can post, okay, on a group, or you may call. And one more thing I would like to say, you can come to college anytime for any query regarding any subject. आता तुम्हाला 5 सब्जेक्ट आहेत. तुम्हाला जे काही क्वेरी असेल, ठीक आहे, तर तुम्ही काय करायचं, तुम्ही ती क्वेरी आम्हाला फोन करायचा आणि कॉलेजमध्ये येऊन तुम्ही क्वेरी ती काय करायची, क्वेरी आम्हाला तुम्ही विचारायची. कधी पण तुम्ही येऊ शकता. Okay, so I am taking your attendance now. Okay, so now you can join BW lecture. Okay, you can leave this meeting. Thank you very much.